Welcome to the Relationship Diversity Podcast, where we celebrate, question, and explore all aspects of relationship structure diversity, from soloamory to monogamy to polyamory and everything in between, because every relationship is as unique as you are. We'll bust through societal programming to break open and dissect everything we thought we knew about relationships, to ask the challenging but transformational questions: who am I, and what do I really want in my relationships? I'm your guide, Carrie Jaroslaw, best-selling author, speaker, intuitive, and coach. Join me as we reimagine all that our most intimate relationships can become. Charlotte came to me in the middle of her non-monogamous relationship journey. Both her and her primary partner had other relationships in which they felt very fulfilled. They both had equal time with their other people, and yet Charlotte couldn't work through the jealousy she felt every time her partner, Austin, would go on a date. She was very sensitive and could always feel that he seemed to leave for the date in a heavier emotional state than when he returned. When they reunited, he seemed lighter and happier. She felt incredibly jealous of the time he spent with his other person, and she just couldn't work through it on her own. She judged herself as being bad at ethical non-monogamy, and even though she felt such fulfillment in all of her other relationships, she questioned if this lifestyle was really for her. I led her through the exploration of what I'll be leading you through later in this episode, and she started to have a breakthrough. Because as I explained to her, the jealousy was not the deepest emotion. In fact, it was just a surface emotion that was hiding something else. What we uncovered was that underneath the jealousy was the desire to feel special to Austin. I guided her to find the areas where her relationship to Austin had its own uniqueness. In her conversations with Austin, they came up with an entire list of what they loved about their relationship together and the unique aspects that only they shared. This helped her shift her jealousy tremendously, and when it comes up, which it still sometimes does, she always asks herself what's underneath the jealousy. The idea of jealousy is usually the first question asked when talking about ethical non-monogamy to people who haven't had experience with it. How do you deal with the jealousy? I'll go into that in a moment, but let's first look at what the word jealous means. There are several definitions of the word jealous. I'm going to use two from Merriam-Webster Dictionary. The first is hostility towards a rival, or one believed to enjoy an advantage or have something the other doesn't. The second is vigilance in guarding a possession. These definitions all imply the same thing. Either I have something that is in fear of being taken from me, or someone has something that I deeply desire. At its core is the idea of possession, that I possess something that someone else can take away, or something that I can lose, or someone else possesses something I want. In terms of relationships, this brings up the wounding that once I'm in a relationship with someone, I own them and must do everything in my power to keep them. And if I come in contact with something that could possibly threaten it, I'll feel a feeling or sensation that I've labeled as jealousy. That sensation will make me hold on stronger for fear of losing this possession. Unconsciously, I'll grasp tighter, allowing the jealousy to control me and keep me from looking at what might be underneath it. Jealousy will keep me stuck in the never-ending loop of pain and fear. Jealousy is a normal human emotion, and regardless of what relationship structure you're in, it usually surfaces at one time or another. People in monogamous relationships think they're safe from this feeling, but it can and oftentimes does come up in this structure as well. In a monogamous relationship where healthy communication isn't happening, jealousy can easily lead to resentment, which can lead to betrayal, externally or internally, when the betrayal is of your own needs and feelings. When jealousy is seen as an indicator, a piece of information that tells you there's some gold to be found if you dig a little deeper about the fears and wounds that are begging to be acknowledged, then great healing can be found. I don't believe in avoiding a feeling. Resistance only causes the feeling to get stronger. Instead, I believe in allowing yourself to feel the feeling of jealousy and then acknowledge it by becoming its friend. I lead my clients through an exercise of talking to any emotion that's challenging, saying a gentle hello to it, and saying, I see you and it's okay. I hear you and it's okay. I'm open to understanding what's underneath. This helps in two ways. Many times, jealousy is holding tightly to a core wound or fear that is wanting to stay hidden. But really, that wound has never felt safe to be expressed. And by saying a compassionate, loving hello to it, you tell it that it's okay being there. You release the judgment of it being bad and just allow it to be whatever it is. You also show yourself that you're worthy of feeling, expressing, and being heard. If you practice this, many times you might literally feel your body relax as your guard comes down. So the next time you feel jealous, try the following steps. First, acknowledge that you're feeling jealous. Second, take a deep breath and connect with where you feel the jealousy in your body. Third, put your hands over that part of your body and take another deep breath. Fourth, say hello to the sensation and begin a conversation with it. It could look like this. Hello, I feel you, and it's okay. It's okay. I accept you. I see you. I'm open to hearing what's underneath the jealousy. Number 5, if you can, add gratitude to your conversation. Thank you for coming up. I know this is an opportunity to look at what's going on more deeply within me. Thank you. I'm open to seeing it. You may get an instant idea of what the jealousy is hiding. You may go about your day and an awareness may seem to just come to you out of nowhere. Or you may not get an idea of what the jealousy is covering at all, and it's all okay. You also may have times where you just want to feel the jealousy, and that's okay. Our healing journey is a process. We want instant gratification and instant shifts. And like I said earlier, that can happen. I've experienced it with myself and my clients. But most times it's a process that has many twists and turns. And when we can lean into the journey with awareness, acknowledgement, and gratitude, with the knowledge that there's no magical finish line, then we set ourselves up to be present, be patient, and most of all, be loving and compassionate with ourselves. Because if you can't give this kind of compassion to yourself, how can you expect others to give it to you? And even if they did, your unresolved wounds will create blinders that will keep you from recognizing it. Invite in the jealousy. It has the most beautiful gifts for you, and those gifts are worth feeling uncomfortable for because they are the key to a more fulfilling and intentional life. Remember, stay curious. The space for healing is found within this curiosity. Thank you for listening to the Relationship Diversity Podcast. Want to learn more about relationship diversity? I've got a free guide I'd love to send you. Go to www.relationshipdiversitypodcast.com to get yours sent right to you. If you liked what you heard, please subscribe to the podcast. You being here and participating in the conversation about relationship diversity is what helps us create a space of inclusivity and acceptance together. The more comfortable and normal it is to acknowledge the vast and varied relating we all do, the faster we'll shift to a paradigm of conscious, intentional, and diverse relationships. New episodes are released every Tuesday and Thursday. Stay connected with me through my website, carriejaroslow.com, Instagram, and TikTok. Stay curious. Every relationship is as unique as you are. Are you wondering why you never seem to find lasting fulfillment in your relationships? Or do you create the same kinds of relationship experiences over and over again? Can you never seem to find even one person who you want to explore a relationship with? Have you just given up hope altogether? If this sounds like you, my recent book, Why Do They Always Break Up With Me, is the perfect place to start. The foundation of any relationship, whether intimate or not, is the relationship we have with ourselves. In the book, I lead you through 8 clear steps to start or continue your self-exploration journey. You'll learn about the importance of self-acceptance, gratitude, belief shifting, and forgiveness, and given exercises to experience these life-changing concepts. This is the process I use to shift my relationships from continual heartbreak to what they are now, fulfilling, soul-nourishing, compassionate, and loving. It is possible for you. This book can set you on a path to get there. Currently available through Amazon or through the link in the show notes.